ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत न शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यम् भद्रकाल्ये नमो नमः। वेद वेदांग विद्यास्थानेभ्येव च सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषम् पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिम्। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। अचतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा द्विबाहुरपरो हरिः अभाललोचनः शम्भुः भगवान् बादरायणः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Nearly from 85th Sutra. अनुकृतेस्त्स्य च अनुकृतेस्त्स्य च अपि च स्मर्यते शब्दादेव प्रमितः हृद्यपेक्षया तु मनुष्याधिकारत्वात् तदुपर्यपि बादरायणः असम्भवात्। विरोधः कर्मणीति चेन्नानेक प्रतिपत्तिर्दर्शनात्। शब्द इति चेन्नातः प्रभवात् प्रत्यक्षानुमानाभ्याम्। 323 लास्ट लाइन। किमात्मकम् पुनः शब्दम् अभिप्रेत्यदं शब्दप्रभवत्वम् उच्यते स्फोटमित्याह वर्णपक्षे हि तेषाम् उत्पन्न प्रथम स्वित्वान्नित्येभ्यः शब्देभ्यः देवादिव्यक्तीनां प्रभवयित्वनुपपन्नं स्यात् उत्पन्नप्रध्वंसिनश्च वर्णाः प्रत्युच्चारणमन्यथा च अन्यथा च प्रतीयमानत्वात् तथा हि अदृश्यमानोऽपि पुरुष विशेष अध्ययन ध्वनि श्रवणादेव विशेषतो निर्धार्यते देवदत्तोऽयमधीते यज्ञदत्तोऽयमधीते इति न च अयं वर्णविषयः अन्यथात्वप्रत्ययः मिथ्याज्ञानं बाधकप्रत्ययाभावात् न च वर्णेभ्यः अर्थावगतिर्युक्ता नहि एकैको वर्णोऽर्थं प्रत्याययेत व्यभिचारात् न च वर्णसमुदाय प्रत्ययः अस्ति क्रमवत्वात् वर्णानां पूर्ववर्णानुभव जनित संस्कार सहितः अन्त्यः वर्णोऽर्थं प्रत्यायिष्यतीति यद्युच्यते तन्न संबंधग्रहणापेक्षः हि शब्दः स्वयं प्रतीयमानोऽर्थं प्रत्याययेत धूमादेवत न च पूर्ववर्णानुभवजनित वर्णानुभवजनित संस्कार सहितस्य अन्त्यवर्णस्य प्रतीतिरस्ति अप्रत्यक्षत्वात् संस्काराणां कार्यप्रत्यायितैः संस्कारैः सहितोऽन्त्यो वर्णोऽर्थं प्रत्यायिष्यतीति चेत् न संस्कार कार्यस्यापि स्मरणस्य क्रमवर्तितत्वात् तस्मात् स्फोट एव शब्दः स चैकैकवर्णप्रत्यायित संस्कार बीजे अंत्यवर्ण प्रत्यजनित परिपाके प्रत्यये प्रत्ययिन्नेक प्रत्यय विषयतया झटति झटति प्रत्यवभासते न च अयम् एक प्रत्ययः वर्ण विषया स्मृतिः वर्णानामनेकत्वात् एक प्रत्यय विषयत्व अनुपपत्तेः तस्य च प्रत्युच्चारणम् प्रत्यभिज्ञायमानत्वान्नित्यत्वम् भेद प्रत्ययस्य वर्ण विषयत्वात् तस्मान्नित्यात् शब्दात् स्फोटरूपात् अभिधायकात् क्रियाकारक फललक्षणम् जगद अभिधेयभूतम् प्रभवतीति वर्णा एव तु शब्दः इति भगवानुपवर्षः ननु उत्पन्नप्रध्वंसित्वा वर्णानामुक्तम् तन्न त एवेति प्रत्यभिज्ञाना सादृशात् प्रत्यभिज्ञानम् केशादिषु एवेति चेत् अगेन प्रत्यभिज्ञानम् केशादिष्वेवेति चेत् न प्रत्यभिज्ञानस्य प्रमाणान्तरेण बाधानुपपत्तेः प्रत्यभिज्ञानम् आकृतिनिमित्तमिति चेत् न व्यक्ति प्रत्यभिज्ञानात् यदि हि प्रत्युच्चारणम् गवादि व्यक्तिवदन्यान्या वर्णव्यक्तः व्यक्तयः प्रतीत्येरन् तत आकृतिनिमित्तं प्रत्यभिज्ञानं स्यात् ननु एतदस्ति वर्णव्यक्तयः एव हि प्रत्युच्चारणम् प्रत्यभिज्ञायन्ते द्विगोर्शब्द उच्चारित इति उच्चारित इति प्रतिपत्तिर्न तु द्वौ गोशब्दौ इति ननु वर्णा अपि उच्चारणभेदेन भिन्नाः प्रतीयन्ते देवदत्त यज्ञदत्तयोः अध्ययन ध्वनि श्रवणादेव Veda pratitehe iti uktam atrabhidhiyate sati varna vishaye nishchite pratyabhigyane संयोग विभाग भी विभाग अभिव्यंगत्वात् संयोग विभाग अभिव्यंग्यत्वात् वर्णानाम अभिव्यंजकम वर्णानाम अभिव्यंजक वैचित्र निमित्तः वर्णानाम अभिव्यंजक वैचित्र निमित्तोऽयं वर्ण विषयो विचित्रः प्रत्ययो न स्वरूप निमित्तः. See this. We were seeing the point of the what is the meaning of Shakta, and Vedanta had put this point that Akshar Samudaya Shaktaha, group of letters, is called the word or the Shabdaha. Any group of letters? No. Group of letters arranged in a particular meaning, particular sequence to give a meaning, to denote a certain object. To denote a certain object, that is called the meaning of Shabda. This point, now we had seen, I'm revising, then I'll go forward. Then came the Ispotvadi, Purvapaksha. So here Purvapaksha, Ispotvadi is a Vaiyakaran. Vaiyakaran means of the grammarian. So they say that I am not convinced by your definition of the word. How are you saying you are not convinced? What is the cause? Because he says that word as a unitary entity can never be experienced, because word is composed of series of letters, and when you hear any word, so you hear series of letters actually. But the problem is that when you hear series of letters, you don't hear all letter in one go. So you hear, supposing I say the blackboard. So bla, bla is there, ek is there, bo, or, the. There is many syllables in word. And when you are hearing syllable number ba, then you are not hearing syllable number la. Second one. When you are hearing syllable number la, you are not hearing syllable number 1. In other words, there is, when one syllable is ending, then only you hear the another syllable rising. When second is ending, then you see third is rising. Ba, la, a, ka, you don't hear all in what at one time. In one time, you don't hear that. And therefore, blackboard word is a sequence is involved in that. So you don't say that these words are heard, and therefore I don't say that it is not possible to hear the word blackboard. He says, what who says? Spotvadi, that any word cannot be heard just by focusing on the varna, all the syllables. I have explained this yesterday. So, and when you cannot hear it, then how can you say what it indicates? So there are three things: words, a letter, combination of letters, then hearing of combination of letter, and the letter which is indicating a unitary object. He says when you cannot even hear, then how can you think of that it is having a unitary or indicating a unitary object? Okay. Somebody said, okay, if it is not indicating, not indicate. Supposing I say that thoughts are unitary. He say when the words are not even heard, how the thoughts can be formed about it. So thought also cannot be formed. Then said, okay, then why? Because thought itself is jhanik. Thought comes in a second and goes in another second. So how will you connect two thoughts? This is what Jhanik Vigyan was said. Okay, then somebody said, okay, let me say that samskaras are unitary. He said, no. Letters form samskars. So you cannot say samskars are unitary because samskar are not pratyaksh. They are not visible. Therefore, they cannot communicate. And therefore, if I say no, memories produce a unitary word, the same thing is there. Because samskar get converted into memory in a chronological order only because memory vritti cannot be simultaneous. Memory vritti cannot be at one. Supposing you are saying book word is there. So there is no memory of the book because memory vritti is not formed simultaneously. Ba, o, ka. These four are different perceptions. So when I hear book, ba, o, b, o, k, so it is not formed simultaneously. So how can the memory vritti can be formed simultaneously? Why? Because samskars are not formed simultaneously. Why samskar is not formed simultaneously? Because one vritti dies and then other comes. So already one vritti has died. Then how can samskar be formed? How can samskar be formed? Are you following it? How can samskar be formed? Because one vritti dies away, then another comes up. Then second dies away, then so samskar is not formed also. Because samskars are invisible, so they cannot communicate. So they are saying that samskar is also not formed. And therefore, samskar are apratyaksha. Apratyaksha means they cannot be seen. Samskar cannot be perceived. They are invisible. So therefore, samskar also cannot. So please see what he is saying. He is saying by listening to the letters and words cannot be heard. Because one is dying after another. Vritti also cannot form the words. Because vritti is also dying one after another. Samskar also cannot get the knowledge. Why? Because samskar are apratyaksham. Apratyaksham means what? They are not seen directly. They are not seen. They are invisible. Therefore, they cannot communicate. They cannot communicate. And memories also cannot be formed. Samskar is also not formed because the thing has not been heard. If I hear something, then the samskar can be formed together. Samskar of togetherness is formed when I hear something together, then a solitary or unitary samskar can be formed. When a samskar is formed of something which is heard directly, when there is no possibility of joining the letter, then how can the samskar be formed? Supposing I say elephant or book, or this topic is subtle, be careful. Supposing I say elephant or you say book. You know what the topic is? That he is saying the knowledge, the word cannot be formed by joining the letters. Purvapaksha is saying. Because one letter is coming, other is ending. So you're not hearing, you are not hearing that together. Ba, u. So when ba has come and next u came, ba, book, ba, u. So after ba has died, then u came. And then k came. So when one is dying, other is coming, second has died, then third has come. So there is no one who is uniting it. So how can you have the sound book being heard as a unitary? Are you following this? Little subtle, not difficult. Purvapaksha saying. He said you cannot have the knowledge by the uniting of the particular letters because you are not able to. First letter is not heard after that. It is forgotten. First letter is not heard. It is already forgotten. It is gone. And then second letter is heard. Then second letter is gone. Then third letter is heard. So there is no uniter. There is no one who is the one who is making the word book appear in you. This is his Purvapaksha there. And therefore I am introducing. He said, let me introduce one is Sport. And this is Sport means utterance. Some sacred utterance is there. When the series of letters are pronounced, that letter give rise or invoke one entity called Sport. And that entity, I explained everything, I'm just repeating it. That entity called Sport that gives rise to that invokes the meaning, that gives rise to the meaning. So what do you say? So sport is not produced by the letters, it is invoked by the letters. So that was already there, it was invoked. So varna samudaya artham na bodhayati, varna abhivyakta sphotaha artham bodhayati. The collection of the letters do not reveal the meaning. The collection of the word first invoke the sports. That sport is some sacred sound, and that sacred sound reveals the meaning. And therefore, there are three stages. Stage number 1 is letter utterance. Stage number 2 is sport manifestation, and stage number 3 is the earth or the meaning manifestation. And therefore, Shabda Pramana actually should not be independent. It is only via sport you know everything. So all knowledges that takes place in this world is via something called sport. So when you say Ved Shabda, it means Ved Spota. Okay. I hope you are not confused on this point. If you are confused, you need to tell to me. Then I'll again put little more effort in understanding and clarifying. If you are not confused, then what to say? Simple is there, understand slowly. There is no need to rush. Moment in your rush in understanding, you will always fall down. Rush in concluding about any person also. Rush in understanding. Rush in concluding about yourself also. Don't rush. Take time to understand a person. Take your own time. Collect all the data before you say he is like that, she is like that. You don't have all the data. Sometimes I also felt I don't have all the data to talk about this issue. Unless you have all the data, better don't conclude. Say that I'm not still clear about it. I have not all the data. You don't know what the person is doing, why he is doing, what is the past of the person, what is the conditions of the person, what is the situation of the person. We know very little and we conclude very big all of a sudden. So that habit we should get out. Don't conclude so easily. Wait. Now, to this point, the Bhashkar gives 4 arguments. Not Bhashkar. Bhashkar gives 1, 2, but he hints. But main one argument he gives, but I'll give you 4 arguments to refute this Spotvad on this angle. Please note, Spotvad as a whole is not refuted. Spotvad theory says that the whole world has come from sound. That is not refuted. How the knowledge takes place, here that aspect is refuted. Okay. Great. Let's go one by one. So, argument number 1. What is argument number 1? I am going very steadily, so you please pay attention. So, this Purvapaksha has said that letters produce a spot. So, the question was raised, is spot is a unitary or it is solitary? Solitary matlab letter. He said no, spot is a unitary utterance. Unitary is understand, no? Together. Together. Like I say, like I use the word classroom. So classroom is composed of a small letter. That is not a unit. But classroom indicates unitary things. Classroom, when I say it, it indicates one solid structure. But the word classroom is composed of many things. Like this word is a unitary sound. It is spot. Like this. You can't say it is composed of lot of sound. So there is a one knowledge. Yes, it is like this. Clapping. This is clapping. So clapping word by itself is a composition of many syllables. CLAPPING. But the sound clapping, this is not composed. This is a unitary utterance. Got my point? This unitary utterance. Like hissing is there. Hissing of a hissing. It's a unitary utterance is there. Like the chirping of the unitary utterance is there. Like whistling is there. It's a unitary utterance. So, he is saying, he means Spotwadi. He is saying that the word gives rise to sport. And that sport, which is a unitary sport, reveals a unitary meaning. That sport, be careful. Letters is equal to word. Combination. That combination of letters, word creates a sport. Which is sport? Unitary sport. That unitary sport creates a unitary meaning. That this is classroom. This is blackboard. This is man. This is woman. This is elephant. This is aeroplane. This is cow, etc., etc. Three stages are there. Here Bhashakar or the other answer Siddhanti, he says, if you say that letters reveal a unitary sport, can you tell me, is it one letter which is revealing or it is a group of letters which is revealing it? If you say that single letter is a sport, then it is not true. Because if I say elephant, you have to say then by E only sport should come out and there is no need for next only. L ho gaya bas. Then the knowledge of elephant will take place. But that single letter cannot be revealing the sport. Okay. And what about the whole, supposing I say the whole thing? Supposing I say whole thing. If you say whole thing is revealing the sport, now you tell me, you said that one letter is born, other letter dies. When you are not hearing the whole letter, then how can it form a sport? Disintegrated syllables, how can it form a unitary thing? You refuted this. And by this argument I am refuting your sport. If Varna Samudaya does not exist as per your definition, the combination of letters don't exist. When it does not exist, how can it reveal the sport also? I hope you are little clear. Is it not clear? Clear. Okay. So Purvapaksha had given this argument, has given this. So now he moves ahead. Till this we had seen it. I'm going slowly so that you can catch it. He says, Purvapaksha or Sportvadi? Sportvadi. He says, letters have got a mysterious power. Very interesting topic is there. It will help you a lot in jap, etc. How it will help in jap, we'll see later on. Whole jap is based on this Sportvadi. So he says, very small catch is there. And if you don't understand this, you'll never have a faith in jap. He says, Purvapakshi says, that they are very high class of people. Their sadhana is very big and their understanding is very lofty. We cannot even think how much they know and how much they have contemplated. We are like, prep class students in that area. So, but we have to understand little. He says that letters have a mysterious power. Who says? Sportvadi. Even though one letter cannot manifest a total sport, even they are uttered as they are uttered, total sport gradually manifests and final letter is released. The full manifestation of one unitary sport takes place, and that unitary sport reveals the meaning. Again say, he is saying that even though you are right that fragmented letter is dying and we are not hearing, but as you chant the letter one after another, so one letter is there, sport starts gradually manifesting. Sport one part, 20% sport, 40%, 50%. And as you complete the word blackboard, whole sport is ready now. So that whole sport, that whole sport is a unitary sound that is created. And that unitary sound reveals the meaning. Vedanta came back. He said, see, you are saying that letters have mysterious powers. And this mysterious powers invokes the sport. So actually, you have assumed two things. One is that letter has mysterious power, and second is that it invokes sport. So instead of imagining two things, why don't you say that letter has mysterious power? It reveals the word straight away. So we say that letters have a mysterious power and they have the power to reveal the unitary meaning. Why do you have to introduce this sport in between? Again, I will say, are you catching my point? Huh? He's saying that every letter has a mysterious power. And mysterious power builds some sound. And all the letter, when it is combined, one combined sound comes up, which is not fragmented like the word. Rather, it is one solid spot, one unitary spot. And that unitary sound reveals the meaning. Vedanta came back and Vedanta said, Bhai, you are introducing two aspects. One is that letter has a mysterious power, and second is sport comes up. Then third step is that there is a knowledge of the object. I am saying that there is no need for these two steps. Straight away you say that letter has a mysterious power to reveal the meaning. Letters have the mysterious power to reveal the meaning. And this is, you are unnecessarily lengthening the whole process. That is called Gaurav Dosh. Gaurav Dosh means Guroho Bhavaha. You are complicating it. You are making it more difficult to, where simpler thing could have been done, you are making it more complicated. You are holding the nose like this. Instead of holding the nose directly, you are doing like this. Like that. But you are making it more tedious to understand. Some teachers I saw when we were studying, subject was not that difficult, but they explained in such a manner that it appeared very difficult. And some teachers are there, difficult subject, they make it easy. Some teachers are there. So don't make it complicated, my dear. You are saying, please get this point, and I think I'm repeating it. This you will never get clarity unless you go in your room, close your eyes, let the knowledge pass through you. Unless you subjectify it, you will not get the meaning of that. These are subtler topics of Vedanta. Many times you understand that, I understood in the class. But when you go back, and you will all find it is all clean now. Because it has not imbibed. It has not gone into your system. It is not assimilated. Assimilation is a personal. It is like teacher can give the food. Unless you munch very well anything what is gone, system will not assimilate it. So personal, what you do mananam, that is the assimilation process is there. Okay. I'm saying the whole thing again. He is saying in his fourth part, there is a complicated interpretation that letters have a mysterious power, and that make that letter when you pronounce, it creates a combined sport, and that sport reveals. So no need, directly letters have, I also agree, letters have a mysterious power, and that mysterious power makes it what? Reveal the meaning. This is the argument number one. So when you say postman, so postman word creates the letter itself is such. The letter itself is such that it gives the meaning of the postman, that this is the person is called postman. I'll come back to it. This is the first argument. Second argument is, Purvapaksha said that letter have to be spoken by the speaker to invoke the unitary sport. Okay. That is, should the speaker know all the letters or not? Yes, he should know all the letters. Should he know the order of syllables? Well, yes, not only should he know the first and the last letter, but also he should know the order in which it is all spoken. Otherwise, there will be problem. And there is top or pot. If it misses the order, it is male or lame. So unless he knows the order, which is first, which is last, and unless he knows the first and the last letter, so he should know the first and the last letter, and also he should know the order. Who? The speaker. Okay. Therefore, in the mind, the syllables, their order, and the last letter has to be there to invoke the sport, and which will give the meaning in the mind of the listener. Okay, yes. So that means first letter, last letter, and in between the order, all these are existing in the mind of the speaker. Yes. So he is saying, Siddhanta is saying, that Varna Samudaya as a unit is existing in the speaker or not. The combination of letter, is it existing in the speaker or not? Yes, it is existing. And if it is existing as a unit, doesn't have a unitary existence, doesn't have the speaker doesn't have the unitary existence. The word doesn't have a unitary existence in the speaker, or it has a unitary existence. It has a unitary existence. Supposing I see a camel, immediately the word comes in my mind, camel. This camel word that comes in our mind, that camel word, it comes as a unitary or it comes as a fragmented? It is a unitary word comes. It's a unitary word that comes in my mind, camel. Not a chameleon, camel. Or I see supposing I see what is it called? Galaxy of stars. Milky Way I saw. Immediately I say Milky Way. So this word Milky Way existed in my mind as a unitary, and not that I don't have a fragmented knowledge. I don't say me, li, ki, way. I have simultaneously this word comes in my mind, Milky Way. So Varna Samudaya exists as a unitary group in the mind of a speaker. Therefore, you don't refute the unitary existence of the Varna Samudaya. You are saying, you means is taking to sport one, that the unitary understand, combined together. Existence of something combined is called unitary. Combined perception, combined existence. Like I see your face. So your eyes, ears, nose, lips, cheeks, chin, hair, all are unitary existence. I cannot see, I will see one by one. I'm seeing it as a unit. So the words don't exist in the mind of the speaker as a unitary and not as fragmented. This is the second argument. First argument was that word as a letter has a mysterious power. This is the second argument. Okay. Don't worry, if you're not understanding very well, you'll understand it. Just give some time to yourself. In the mind, this mind is an operator. You put some idea, it keeps on working. Then it takes 1 hour to process, 2 hours. You will keep on working. You don't know that processing is going on inside. Maybe after 1 hour, it will click, it will give you the result. So put the idea in your mind. Don't worry. Third argument is almost the extension of the second. When the speaker utters the letter in a particular order to invoke the sport, what you are saying, the unitary sound in the mind of the listener, imagine the listener has listened and his sport has been invoked. So we ask the question that does the listener talk about the sport or he remembers the combination of syllables? I use the word camel or I use the word cow. Supposing I use any word, I say cow. So cow word was existing in my mind. And when you heard the word cow, did you exactly heard the word cow? Or first you heard sport and then you heard the word samudaya? Directly. You have not heard the second stage called sport. So the cow word or the elephant word or the what is it called? Camel word, I said as a unitary combination of letter, and it you also understand as a unitary combination of letters. In between, you didn't say, no, first I had sport knowledge and then sport knowledge. After that, the word knowledge came up. It's not like that. I hope this point. And he will say, you will say, no, I heard the word cow. I heard the word elephant. He only listens to the word exactly which I had produced. He doesn't talk about any other sound in between the knowledge. I said and you heard the same thing. In between there is nothing, no utterance comes up, no sport comes up. Okay, this is the third argument. Fourth argument, which Bhashyakar will be, I will showing you all this in the Bhashya. He says that Sportvadi assumption, argument is based on one assumption. What is there? When we hear the word in the form of various syllables, we are listening to the part of the word. So how can one unit word exist? Now get this point. This is important. Mind has a basic question is that mind. So the basic question is that the mind has the power to synthesize the part into a whole. Again, I will say, mind has a power to listen the part, but it synthesizes the part into a whole. This combining power of the mind, stitching power of the mind, patching power of the mind is called the mysterious power of the mind. बस इसको पकड़ना, try to catch this important point and give time on these points. You go in your room, try to think over it. When I use the word hippopotamus, let us take some South African animal. Hippopotamus is very, very much here in South Africa. You know or you don't know? And you may be surprised to know that maximum deaths is because of hippopotamus. Because it is in the river. And if anybody comes in the river, it kills that hippopotamus. And it is a vegetarian animal. Hippopotamus is a vegetarian animal. And this also tells that salads doesn't reduce weight. This hippopotamus is an example. It's not a smart animal like tiger or like leopard or like lion, etc. But it is very powerful. It has its territories there. They have their territories. All animals have their territories. Dog has its territory. Therefore, if you go there, if you walk, the dog will bark. I think it chased you, one day. So they have their areas. It'll bite if you don't carry a stick, etc. So be careful. Some dogs are open. They are little. They should put them into leash takes in. So when the dog are vicious, you should be careful. Anyway, my point is he, po, to, hippo, hippopotamus. All the letters are not spoken simultaneously. There is some fraction of second. Hippo, to, ma, hippo, po, ta, ma, sa. Bhashkar has put one point. He says that mind has a capacity, although it heard at a different times, but it synthesizes all the letters and gives you the combined meaning of that whole group of syllable. So you don't actually now perceive it as a group of syllable. You perceive as a whole. So you never say, I heard the group of syllable called hippopotamus. You will say, I heard a word called hippopotamus. Although really speaking, you did not hear the word. You heard the syllables. But mind is such a factor in our life that it binds and patches and combines all the word. And after combining, it synthesizes. Synthesize means making it together. And after synthesizing it, it is now, you will not hear the word. Even if somebody slowly speaks, immediately mind will synthesize it. Mind will combine inside. Even if the person is, stuttering they call it, stuttering, and he is not able to speak properly. Supposing he is, even if he is, mind will immediately synthesize everything. This is the power of the mind. And because of this power of the mind, word is always understood as a word. You need the collection of the letter is not a fragmented collection of a letter. It is a unitary word is heard. And unitary word, when you combine it, you hear unitary sentence. Unitary sentences you combine, you hear unitary paragraph. Unitary paragraphs you combine, you have a unitary page. Unitary pages you combine, you have a unitary book. You don't say lots of paragraph. You say, no, this is one book. I hope you have got some clue. And therefore, you need not have a sport to communicate. And if you don't accept this power of synthesizing, this in Sanskrit called samasta pratyava marshan shakti. Samasta pratyava marshan shakti. And if you say there is something called sport, to synthesize a word, then what will you do for forms? Forms. Mind does not perceive everything. Mind does not perceive everything in one go. I'm seeing here. So do you think I'm seeing all the chairs at once? Or everybody at once? I'm seeing him. But it is not, mind is not doing like that, that I see one part of your body and then I see another part. Then there is some roop sport between I see you as a whole. Actually what happens, at a time I saw your eyes. Other time I saw your head. I see a part of your body. I see your face. But while seeing your face, I'm not seeing each part at a time. I see your eyes. Then I see your nose. Then I see your lips. Then I see your cheeks. Then I see your cheeks. But when I see, I don't say I'm seeing his eyes. I'm seeing. Although it was like that, but what mind did? Mind synthesizes all very fast and you see a face. Very fast all things. A fraction of a second is what a machine it is. Then I see a person's face. In general, I see your face. Unless somebody has any defect in the eyes, supposing eyes are swollen, then mind will start focusing what happened to his eyes. Specifically, he starts focusing on that area. Why his eyes are swollen today? Why it is so red? What is here? I see there's a mark here. Then it focuses on a part. But actually speaking, mind is a concentrated thing. So mind perceives everything at a point. And within microsecond it perceived this thing. Microseconds. And in 1 second it has to synthesize. What a tough work. It synthesizes everything. And then you will say, I saw a face. I don't say I saw his only lips. It's a movement, a fast movement. It connects everything. Like what jigsaw puzzle is there. And there are, the children have that jigsaw. So they are given the, blocks like this. So it is not, you have to combine it. You're having some kind of frame and they have to put it, how it all fits. So when it fits, it comes as a unit. Then you see, oh, man is coming now. Earlier then it was only head, it was only neck. But when you combine, they have a design like that. A lot of puzzles are. Children have a lot of games now. When we were there, no games were there. And no games, I don't remember playing any such games. But too much of intellect in stimulating things are there nowadays. No, they are not that great. Anyway, that's another matter. So, they may be sharp, but not that pure. So, I see children playing like that. A lot of such games comes in computer also. In the mobile also. Mobile games are there. Never play it because you'll get addicted. So that you have to combine. So mind is seeing something fragmented. It is combining it in a fraction of a second. And their Bhashkar says, you don't need a roop sport then. If for words you needed the shabd sport, there should be, I see something in between, there is some sport is coming. No, I see it directly. And he gives the example of a forest. So even though mind is perceiving individual trees, but it will all say, no, I saw a forest. It is not that first it saw trees, then there was some roop sport, then it combined together. And then in between perception of the individual and perception of the group, there is something called sport. No, it just synthesizes very fast. And then it says, I saw a forest. And same thing happens with the taste sport. Taste. There is no sport in that. You eat something. When you eat, it's a group of taste. Chapati is there. Dal is there. Vegetable is there. Salad is there. All have different taste. Do you think mind is experiencing all at a time? Mind experiences one taste at a time. But it synthesizes all taste and gives you a combined taste. Oh, I didn't. This is interesting. This taste thing is interesting. You're not eating well. When idli got drunk, tell me what happened. When you put the idli in the sambar, idli gets drunk. Where? In sambar. Idli got drunk in the bar called sambar. Children's joke are there. So you don't experience all taste. By something was very bitter. Something was very, roti doesn't have a sweet taste. You took pickle, that is a pungent taste. Something has a sour taste. Do you think all is same? No. All mind took and it combined it fast. It processed it and give you a combined taste of all. Beautiful. Taste buds are only for limited things. There are taste buds. And taste buds. Particular part of the tongue is for particular kind of taste. Some is for sweet, some is for pungent, some is for bitter, some is for hot. Like this tip of the tongue, here the chili will be very strong, not the sweet. Sweet will not be felt. Sweet has to go inside. So all taste buds combine, and their mind synthesizes all and gives you a combined taste without putting sport into between. So between the perception, what you are getting from outside and what mind is receiving inside, there is no sport existing. This is the topic. And I hope you understood this. We'll see more little tomorrow. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah.